Hey, welcome back. This is episode 9 of the Salesforce Data Cloud Masterclass. Today, Calculated Insights and Advanced Segmentation Engine. Salesforce Data Cloud Masterclass, episode 9. Let's get into it. Here's what we're covering today. Understanding the data cloud analytical layer, then, calculated insights, CI, architecture and SQL definitions, then, calculated insights versus streaming insights, SI, then, writing high-performance SQL for scale, then, designing complex, nested segmentations, then, multidimensional metrics in real-world scenarios, then, enterprise guardrails and performance optimization, then, the end-to-end analytics and activation blueprint. Stay for the last one, it's the piece most tutorials miss. Let me explain this simply. Calculated insights are the absolute secret weapon to achieving high-performance segmentation at scale. By shifting heavy SQL aggregations from activation time to runtime, we eliminate slow processing bottlenecks. This architecture ensures your real-time activations are fast and highly efficient.
That makes total sense. So instead of scanning millions of records when we run a segment, we just query a single, pre-calculated metric on the unified profile?
Imagine you run a global retail brand, and want to identify customers who spent over $1,000 in the last month and opened your emails. How do you dynamically calculate this across millions of rows without slowing down your systems? This is where Salesforce Data Cloud's powerful analytical engine shines. In episode 9 of our masterclass, we are diving deep into calculated insights and complex segmentation. We will explore how to transform raw, fragmented transactional data into highly actionable profile attributes. Let's start with calculated insights, which are batch-calculated metrics built using ANSI SQL. Think of these as your heavy lifters for complex aggregations, like calculating a customer's lifetime value or their historical average order value. CIs run on a predefined schedule, querying your unified data model objects and persisting the aggregated metrics directly back into the system. This means when a marketer runs a segment, the heavy math is already done. Instead of scanning millions of raw purchases on the fly, the segment queries a single pre-calculated metric, saving massive processing time. Now, you might ask, what if we need to react instantly to a customer's action? That is where streaming insights come into play. While calculated insights are batch-oriented, and calculate complex historical trends, streaming insights process data on the fly within a sliding time window, like detecting a cart abandonment event in near real time. Think of streaming insights as a radar catching immediate activity, whereas calculated insights are the deep financial audit of historical behavior. Choosing the right tool depends entirely on your business latency requirements. Writing SQL for calculated insights isn't quite like writing queries for a traditional relational database. Because we are operating at petabyte scale, optimization is absolutely critical for performance. You must always define clear dimensions, which are your grouping fields, and measures, which are your aggregated metrics like sum or average. Avoid using complex subqueries or joining too many massive unified DMOs. Instead, leverage clean join keys, minimize string operations in your select statements, and partition your data logically to prevent the engine from hitting system execution limits. Once your calculated insights are built, they become super attributes for your segmentations. Imagine creating a segment for at-risk VIPs. Instead of building a messy segment with dozens of nested filters, you simply drag and drop your pre-calculated loyalty score and recency metrics. Complex segmentation allows you to combine standard profile fields with these aggregate insights, evaluating multidimensional relationships across different data spaces. This approach ensures your segment executes in seconds rather than hours, ready for instant activation to Marketing Cloud or core CRM. Let's bring this to life with a real-world scenario using RFM scoring, recency, frequency, and monetary value. Suppose we want to target customers who purchase frequently but have spent very little in the last 2 weeks. We write a calculated insight that aggregates purchase data at the unified individual level, breaking it down by product category. This multidimensional dimension allows us to segment not just on who bought what, but exactly how often and how recently they engaged, enabling hyper-personalized email campaigns that feel incredibly relevant. As an architect, you must respect the guardrails of the Data Cloud Analytical Engine to keep your implementation running smoothly. Calculated Insights have processing windows and run schedules that you must carefully coordinate with your daily ingestion streams. Be mindful of aggregation limits, and avoid creating hundreds of redundant insights that calculate similar metrics. Instead, build modular, reusable SQL queries that can serve multiple segments. Remember to always test your insights on a smaller data space before rolling them out to your entire production environment. To wrap up our technical deep dive, let's look at the complete data journey. Raw transactional streams flow into data lake objects, map perfectly to data model objects, and undergo identity resolution to create the unified profile. Our calculated insights run on top of this unified profile, generating rich behavioral metrics that fuel our complex segments. Finally, these segments are published to activation targets like Flow, Core CRM, or external endpoints. By mastering this blueprint, you are building a highly scalable, real-time personalization engine that drives massive business value. Alright, let's wrap up. Here are the key things to remember. Calculated Insights pre-calculate complex, multidimensional SQL metrics asynchronously to save segmentation processing power. Streaming insights are optimized for near real-time, low-latency event processing within narrow sliding time windows. SQL queries in Data Cloud must avoid deep nested structures and join key mismatches to operate successfully at petabyte scale. Segmentations that leverage calculated insights run exponentially faster, providing instantly actionable lists for modern marketing workflows. If this helped, hit like, it really helps the channel. Next up, Episode 10, Advanced Segmentation Logic and Multidimensional Filtering Patterns. See you tomorrow.